Hello and welcome to Political Pulse Polling, where we discuss the latest data leading up to the midterm elections. My name is Dodge Landisman, and my guests today are from Emerson College Polling, Isabel Holloway and Camille Mumford. So the Senate race is between two Democrats, incumbent Dianne Feinstein and Kevin De Leon. So what does this say about California voters, and what does it mean for the 61% of Republicans who are undecided? Now, obviously, the race is between two Democrats because it's the final two finishers who actually enter the final race.
Yeah, California is such a heavily Democratic state that we saw this in the Senate race where the incumbent Feinstein, she has this challenger that is a little bit more to the left. He was actually, Kevin De Leon, he was endorsed by the state Democratic Party, so that makes this sort of a more interesting race. And he's taking away 23% of the vote, which is a pretty sizable percent, I would say.
Yeah, and as you can see, there's 37% undecided, which is a pretty significant margin, and 61% of Republicans are undecided, so that can really be a make or break for Feinstein winning this election. So that if they break for De Leon, you could see him overtaking her in the election.
Right, and they could see him as a protest vote.
Yeah, they really don't have anywhere to go since there's no Republican on the ballot in this race. They may just be voting really against Dianne when they're voting for Kevin De Leon. Yeah,
it's interesting. And then 49% said Feinstein should give someone else a chance to sit in her Senate seat. Why do you think this is happening?
Well, I think that just because of her age, for one, people are saying that her time is kind of up. But also just kind of some of them are clearly looking for a more progressive voice in California as well. They see that with Kevin De Leon.
And then Dianne Feinstein has been in the news lately, obviously with the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh. Has her recent prominence affected her campaign? Not necessarily prominence in a positive way. Some would say it is, some would say it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, 55% said that her efforts to stop Kavanaugh did not matter to them. But there's still a margin that did say that it did in a sense. So you can see that it is affecting because it's so much in the media right now. So for Republicans, that could be a make or break to go for De Leon compared to Feinstein.
What do the results regarding California's gubernatorial race tell us?
Yeah, we're seeing that this is definitely not a competitive race, but John Cox does have that 32% support, so that's telling us that Republicans are planning on coming out and voting, so we'll see how that plays into the Senate race. But it does look like Gavin Newsom does hold a steady lead in this race.
Yeah, this is a much more traditional looking race since it's not against two Democrats, so Republicans aren't going towards a Democrat or having a protest vote in a sense. So
yeah, there's a much smaller percentage undecided in this race as well.
The other question is, what do the ballot initiatives look like, and what do people think about the issues in them? I understand there is one about a gas tax and housing. Obviously, California is very unique because they have so much direct democracy. It's kind of unusual.
Well, with the gas and diesel tax, that ballot initiative is trying to decide if that tax should be repealed and all future taxes like that should be put really towards the people, like you're saying, rather than going to the House of Representatives. And right now that we're seeing that 49% are in favor of repealing this tax, which is more than are opposed. The other ballot initiative, the one about rent control, is a little bit more competitive. We see that 43% of voters support that initiative and 38% do not.
That'll be interesting seeing what the future of the city of San Francisco, Los Angeles looks like in the middle of all this gentrification. And what does Trump's approval rating look like in the state?
yeah, it's around 33% approval, which is lower than the national average. So you can see in California, which is a blue state, as we kind of expected to see, it's lower than the national average.
And you also asked people on their approval of Senator Kamala Harris, a potential 2020 candidate.
Yeah, so you see that she does have pretty strong approval in the state, 48%, only 24% are disapproving of her right now. So that looks pretty nice for her if she were to, consider going up on a more national stage.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you to my guests, Isabel and Camille from Emerson College Polling. Tune in next week when we dissect the next poll just 1 week before Election Day. For now, I'm Dodge Landisman. Goodbye.